Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome all to the Wednesday, January the 20th, 2021 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. It is virtual, and I have an announcement pursuant to the Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law GLC 30A-S18 and the Governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, as well as Mayor Curtatoni's declaration of emergency dated March 15th, 2020. This meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals will be conducted via remote participation. We will have an audio recording available upon request as soon as possible after the meeting. I'd like to mention at this time, usually at this time of the year, we elect the chair and the clerk. Without further ado, I'd like to do that. So I'm going to, it's very awkward to do this, but at this time, I'd like to open up the nominations for the chair. Are there any nominations? Danielle Evans.
I nominate Susan Fontano for chair.
Thank you. Are there any seconds on that nomination?
Second.
Seconded by Elaine Severino. Do we hear of any other nominations for chair? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close that portion and open up for the vote. All in favor of Susan Fontano being reelected to the chair for the 2021 season, we'll go around, please say aye. Elaine Severino?
Aye.
Danielle Evans?
Aye.
Ann Brockelman?
Aye.
Josh Safdie?
Aye.
And Susan Fontano, aye. It was unanimous, all votes to re-elect Susan Fontano for chair. Thank you so much, everyone. I really wanted to get back on stay on the board, and I'm looking forward to this year. Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to open up the nominations for the clerk. Do we hear any nominations for clerk? Ann Brockelman.
I nominate Danielle Evans for clerk.
Thank you. Do I have a second, please, on Danielle Evans? Seconded by Elaine Severino. Is there any other nominations for clerk? Hearing and seeing none, we'll close that portion and open up for the final vote. Elaine Severino for Danielle Evans.
Aye.
Danielle Evans.
Aye.
Ann Brockelman.
Aye.
Susan Fontano. Aye. And Josh Safdie.
Aye.
It's unanimous. All in favor of Danielle. Continue doing a great job. Congratulations, Danielle. No speech? No speech. I see her little lips moving there. Okay, so moving right along, we're going to jump to our continuation. Madam Clerk. Danielle, can you hear us?
I can. In the matter of 15 McGrath Highway, I make a motion to continue this to, when's the next meeting?
Through the chair, Michael Gerhart from the applicant team is here if he would like to request it, but the next meeting is February 3rd.
Would the applicant please step forward and identify yourself for the record?
Michael Gerhart, you are unmuted, but you might need to unmute yourself as well. There you go.
Thank you. Yes, Madam Chair. Yeah, we would like to request a continuance to the meeting on January 3rd, please.
Okay. I don't think we have an issue with that. Anybody have an issue? Raise your hand. Seeing none, we'll go forward. Madam Clerk, could you please make the motion?
Sorry, I was interrupted. When is the next meeting?
February 3rd. February 3rd.
Sorry. I make
That's
a
all
motion
right.
to continue 15 McGrath Highway to February 3rd, 2021.
Second.
Seconded by Elaine Severino. All in favor of allowing the continuance until February 3rd. That's 15 McGrath Highway, DRA 2020-0334. Please go around for the roll call. Elaine Severino,
Aye.
Ann Brockelman,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
Danielle Evans,
Aye.
Susan Fontano. Aye. Let the record show it was unanimous, and we will carry that till the 3rd. The next case coming up is 9 to 11 Aldersley Street. Good evening, is the applicant here, and Mr. Shapiro and Mr. Lonigan?
Edward Lonigan is here. Mr. Lonigan, there are 2 instances of you. I've unmuted one of them. Can you speak so that we can see if we can hear you?
This is Ed Lonigan. Good evening.
Perfect.
Good.
Awesome. And I'd like to also acknowledge Sarah White. She's been fantastic keeping this case together for us. So whomever is ready to speak, please do so. Mr. Shapiro, you're our guy. Do you have anything to say? What happened the last couple of weeks?
I would maybe have Sarah get started and I can jump in if needed, but Sarah has a report and she has all the details. I can jump in if needed.
Great, thank you. Sarah?
Mhm.
Sarah?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shapiro and Madam Chair, through you. Thank you. Yes, so in the last couple of weeks, per the request of the ZBA at the last meeting, you've received an updated plan set. You received the plot plan, and you received a plan set that shows corrections between the elevations and the plan view itself, in particular regarding a left elevation porch. You would have received a plan set with a red change cloud. You have received an updated memo. The purpose of that updated memo is simply to explain the items that were included in your updated plans, and then give a slightly bit more background regarding the nature of the case and the two legal prongs in the case, and then the role of the ZBA relative to those to the court orders by both judges.
Thank you. I think it was Ann Brockelman who brought it forward that she noticed what we felt was a discrepancy. Ann, would you like to speak to the new updated plans in the staff report, please? Are you appeased with what you see? You have questions to go forward?
I think I see that the elevations are consistent with the site plan.
Great. Do you have any other issues?
No.
No. Good. I believe, Josh, you weighed in as well.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I guess I would want to know what HPC thinks of the changes, because I think from a preservation perspective, they're not minor.
If I may, Madam Chair, through you, they have not had another meeting yet. However, they did provide the ability for staff to make changes. They don't have the de minimis level of change that the ZBA does. And if the HPC were to not be okay with this change, then it would come back to you again. However, I don't anticipate that being the case. I guess I would, how shall I say? I guess I would caution on a determination as to what the HPC might think is de minimis, perhaps, versus what the ZBA might think is de minimis. I have to play both those roles. I would be a little cautious and maybe taking that position as the ZBA.
Thanks, Sarah. For me, it's not so much about taking a position. It's just that it seemed to me like everyone agreed that the proper order of things was to get the HPC to approve the drawing set first, and then with their approval to bring it to the ZBA. So I'm just concerned that we're not approving the same. They were not approving the same drawing set. I'd feel better if I knew that HPC had seen it and given their stamp of approval with the changes.
I understand your point now. So thank you for clarifying that. Mr. Shapiro, I have to, I don't want to put you or Mr. Lonergan on the spot, but I guess I would look for you to weigh in on this.
Let me try to see if I understand this. So in the last 2 weeks, there have been changes that were made,
Right?
right? And the issue that Mr. Safdie has is, are these changes that have been made de minimis for the purposes of HPC, right? Is that the crux of your question? Okay, all right.
Mhm.
So my inclination would be that if the board is otherwise satisfied, the board could consider approving the project conditional upon the HPC looking at it again and making sure the HPC is satisfied with it. And if they're not satisfied with it, then we're back to square one again. If they are satisfied, then I think that kind of resolves the issue. Is that the crux of what you're getting at?
Yes.
Yeah,
I-
I think
yeah.
so.
Okay.
I
Yeah, so I
think
think
that's a great suggestion.
reasonable.
Yeah, and that way we can go forward tonight. If there's an issue, we're conditioning it, and if there's an issue afterwards, it can be dealt with at that level. Tell me something, did they not have a meeting yet since we did?
That's correct, Madam Chair. They only meet once per month.
Yeah.
They
So
only
did-
meet once per month. So they were supposed to meet yesterday.
Right,
However, they had no items on their agenda.
what's
Because when
this?
because when you met, it was already too late to advertise for their January 19th meeting and meet the legal notification requirement. It's because
Okay.
they're once a month, so they're an off cycle. So we would have had to get their ads in 3 weeks before instead of
Sure.
2 weeks before the meeting date. So that's why.
All right, so this is good. We've discussed it out loud anyway. It's for the record.
Mhm.
And it shows that we're not, no one isn't doing their job. It's just that the
Right.
way the calendar fell at the beginning of the year and stuff. Okay, great.
Correct. Correct.
I just
So-
do,
Yes, sir, Mr. Shapiro.
yeah, just one more point I think might be helpful here, I think, for the board's, I will say protection is that the reality is that this board has been ordered to do something. You have not done an independent analysis to use your discretion to decide whether this permit, would or wouldn't be issued. If you don't have the flexibility to do that. So my suggestion would be to put something in the decision, if you're inclined to approve it, something to the effect of this decision is pursuant to the order of the court. That way, there's a record that the board has not done the usual scrutiny that you normally do for a project.
Great. Can I ask Sarah, if not Charlotte, to write this condition up right now as we speak, and you can read it into the record for the clerk when we make our motion?
Yes,
Or
is it
our
a condition? Yes, I've got the notes. Is it a condition? Yeah, is that a condition that would be added or just a statement in the decision?
I think it would be a statement of the decision, would be
Yeah.
clearer, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be an
Beautiful.
added condition, but I can read the language to you now if you prefer.
Where's our clerk? Here you are, Danielle. So we're gonna make a motion to accept this as presented, blah, 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 and the conditions. And I think once she starts to make the motion, I'm gonna ask her to refer to you for a moment. You can read
Sure.
it in and go forward, okay with that, Danielle? Does that sound right? How would you like to handle it? You're the clerk.
Yeah, so it's not a condition, but it would be
Statement.
a statement, or like we include it in the findings, or
Right.
Well, in this situation, you're actually not making findings. The judge has made the findings for you. So I might recommend, and I would look to, Mr. Shapiro as well, here is in your motion that you might wish to say that, blah, blah, this case is being approved, pursuant to the order of the, Massachusetts Land Court, to do so.
That's fine. I mean, it's not critical to me how it's done, as long as it's done.
Great. Okay. So also for the record, I'm a little tardy on this, but I do want to welcome Catherine Garavaglia to our board. She's going to be an alternate. She has been sworn in. But for the record, she's not voting this evening. She's just observing because she was not on here for this case and never heard any of the testimony. So we just wanted to publicly acknowledge her and welcome her. And we just wanted the other litigants and stuff to understand what was going on. Thank you and welcome, Catherine. Good luck. I'm sorry, Madam Clerk, could you please go forward with the motion for this case?
Yes. Hold on. In the matter of 9 to 11 Aldersea Street, I make a motion that we, is it a special?
That you approve the special permit with site plan review.
Okay, that we approve the special permit with site plan review pursuant to the order from Mass Land Court and the findings made by Judge Long. Incorporating the conditions 1 through 22 on pages 4 and 5 of the staff memo dated January 20th, 2021.
Mr. Shapiro?
And with the additional condition regarding the issue we talked about a few minutes ago, is that in there, or that probably should be added in there? The condition that it's being looked at again by the HPC.
HPC.
But it's not a
Just to
condition,
clarify
right?
for the record.
But it's not a condition, correct? It's just,
But we want to make a statement within the motion.
But that can be a condition, right?
Well, should it be I see. Excuse us. I'm sorry. So, Mr. Shapiro, you're suggesting that it could be a condition because it basically, by having that condition, it therefore must go back to the HPC per order of the ZBA. Is that what you're saying?
Right, because the ZBA is saying we don't know whether it's de minimis or not, right? So essentially, the ZBA is saying, I'm gonna, ship it back to the HPC to decide that. If the HPC is fine with it, then obviously we're fine with it. If the HPC has a problem with it, then we have to revisit what to do with it.
Okay. So, Madam Chair, might I ask that we discuss then that condition language first to make sure that that's incorporated properly? Does that make
Right.
sense? Okay.
And that'll be condition 23.
Yep. So,
Okay.
So condition 23 is that that the changes made to, should we say specifically to the left elevation porch on building A be reviewed again by the HPC, and we'll just leave it at that. Do you recommend
And
further?
subject to their approval.
And be subject to.
Subject to their review and approval.
Okay.
Beautiful. And approval. Okay. And Charlotte, you've got this all down for when you do your minutes and the conditions and stuff?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Thank you. So, okay, here we go. May I please have a second on the motion and the new conditions?
Second.
Seconded by Elaine Severino. All in favor of the matter of 9 Aldersley Street? I want to get the right numbers in here for you. ZBA 2003-25. I'll go around, please say aye. Elaine Severino,
Aye.
Ann Brockelman,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
Danielle Evans,
Aye.
and Susan Fontano, aye. Let the record show it was unanimous approval. Thank you, everyone. And thanks, yes, Mr. Shapiro?
Can I assume, I'm not really a technologically great, but can I assume that Mr. Lonigan had the ability to jump in here if he wanted to? Okay. Okay, I want to make sure he's unmuted, so he could speak and object if he had an objection. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
Assuming you're
I
still
cannot
here, Mr.
approve.
Lonergan.
I cannot improve upon your work, David.
That's great.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Lonigan, for your patience as well.
Thank
Coming
you
back
all.
another-
Thank you
Another
all
meeting.
very, very much.
Take care.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Shapiro. Have a good night.
have a great night. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Okay, Sarah, good night. Thank you.
Thank you
Who
very
else?
much.
Anyone on here?
Thank-
Okay.
And also thank you to Josh for clarifying. I did
Yeah.
not mean to be difficult in any fashion. I completely misunderstood and I really appreciate it.
No problem, Sarah.
I know I'm worried for nothing, right? But still.
We've got a great
Thank you
team
all.
here, Sarah. You know that.
I know.
Okay, so without further ado, we have to approve our minutes. Is that next on the agenda, Ms. Charlotte?
That is correct, Madam Chair. We have 2 minutes for the board's approval, one from December 16th and one from January 6th.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, do your magic.
I make a motion that we approve the December 16th, 2020 and January 6th, 2021 minutes as submitted.
Second.
Seconded by Elaine Severino. In the matter of the minutes, December 16, 2020, January 6, 2021. All in favor of approval, please say aye. Elaine Severino,
Aye.
Ann Brockelman,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
Danielle Evans,
Aye.
and Susan Fontano, aye. All in favor, minutes are approved. Thank you very much. Do we have any other business, or does anybody have something they'd like to say before we close the meeting? Seeing none, hearing none. Thank you all very much. We got a quick meeting tonight. Looking forward to February 3rd. And we're ready to put you to work, Catherine, on that night. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Madam
Good
Chair,
night.
Aye.
Madam Chair, before anyone leaves, can we just have a
Adjourn?
motion to adjourn?
Oh, I
Motion
forgot-
to adjourn.
Well, we're all rookies at this. Sorry about that. Motion to adjourn by the clerk. Seconded by
Second.
Elaine Severino. All in favor, say aye. Elaine Severino,
Aye.
Ann Brockelman,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
Danielle Evans,
Aye.
and Catherine.
Aye.
You.
Wasn't ready.
Fontano, aye. Unanimous. We can all go home. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all very much. Have a
Bye.
good night.
Good night.
Bye. Off the record.